Welcome to the American Dream. I am your host and real estate expert, Kathy Dyer. Today, we are in the town of Brunswick visiting Flight Deck Brewing, and I'm going to be introducing you to the Maine-based nonprofit Boots to Roots. First, let's go meet Bill Benson and Dr. Randy Bell of Boots to Roots, and then I'll meet you right back here to speak with managing partner Nate Wilds and Boots to Roots teammate Olivia Scarry. I am joined by Boots to Roots Executive Director, Colonel U.S. Army retired Bill Benson, and the Program Director, Commander Master Chief U.S. Navy retired Dr. Randy Bell. Bill, we'll start with you. Tell us about why there was a need for Boots to Roots and the mission.
Sure. Well, the mission of Boots to Roots is to help active duty service members transition to work in the state of Maine. And I can talk about myself and why it's important. You know, when I transitioned out of the Army in 2014, I was living in Fort Hood, Texas with my family. And when I went to the transition office to tell them, hey, I'm moving to Maine, how can you help me? And they kind of looked at me and asked where Maine was. They weren't really sure, where Maine was or what kind of opportunities were there, and certainly didn't have any connections up here.
Great. And Randy, you are the program director, but you started out as a teammate. Tell us about how that transition worked for you and your family.
Sure, yeah, no problem, Kathy, and thanks for having us here today and talking with us. So as you know, my path's a little bit different. So I served 23 years in the Navy, and my reasons for coming to Maine, because everybody has unique reasons, was to be closer to family and all the great things that Maine has going for it for separating military or veterans. So at the time, I was stationed in Japan on my last ship in the Navy, and about maybe 12 to 18 months out, which we determined is a really sweet spot as far as starting your transition, I knew I needed to start doing some work, especially since I had no existing network in the state of Maine, but really wanted to be here. So that's where I began. I started doing some research online, and I found this organization that I'm a part of now online, and I began working with Boots to Roots as a teammate. So while I was still on patrol and doing my daily job in the Navy, I was also working with one of the staff members and the coaches to prepare myself to be, successful.
Thank you both so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Nate, tell us about Flight Deck Brewing.
Yeah, Flight Deck's been here we're in our 8th year here in Brunswick on the former Brunswick Naval Air Station. And it's our 8th year of our core mission, which is to be the best third place, the third space for Greater Brunswick, which means it's not home, it's not work, it's a place where families can come out and play. And whether that's here for pizza, wood-fired pizza, and a beverage of choice, we've got both alcoholic and non-alcoholic. We've got 2 acres of outdoor space, from the woods to an outdoor patio. And so we make it our mission to have something special every day. And so whether it's in the summer, we've got a bunch of outdoor events, nonprofits, live music. In the winter, we have a lot of beer dinners. We have a lot of, we call it Pizza Camp, where you can come and experience and be hands-on in making your own pizza here at Flight Deck and using our wood-fired oven to do so. And we have a series of nonprofit fundraisers that we host throughout the year, featuring organizations just like Boots to Roots, who do important work that we want to help to give back to. So all in all, year 8, it's our mission to be the best third place for Greater Brunswick that we can be. We're excited for the next year ahead.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time. We're excited to be here, and I hope that everyone comes and checks you out.
Thanks for coming. I'm hungry. Can we eat?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
Olivia, it's been a year since you've transitioned to Maine. Tell us about how Boots to Roots assisted you in your journey.
Yeah, they've been a massive help. I transitioned last September, so it's been over a year since I've actually moved here and lived in the house that I bought up here. I reached out to Boots to Roots before my transition, and they helped me get into a skill bridge program. And I did a 2-month skill bridge up here, and I got to spend just May and June prior to my transition just experiencing Maine and working with the company that I ended up finding full-time employment with. I had a rental house when I was up here for skill bridge, and as soon as I got up here and did full-time employment, their contacts helped me with finding a full-time house for me to buy in Bath. So that was all very smooth, and now that I'm a little bit more settled in my job and in my life, I've used their network to do the GI Bill down at University of Southern Maine. So they've had some sort of input at every little touch point, and it's made this entire last year just as seamless as one could hope. I mean, it's been a really great network.
That is wonderful. We're so glad that you chose Maine and that you are successful in all your endeavors.
Absolutely. It's been an excellent experience coming up here and being part of a great community.
Wonderful.